We leave our homes in the morning. We kiss our children goodbye as we slave for the boss man. Our children scream and cry, and when we draw our money, our grocery bills to pay, not a cent to spend on clothing, not a cent to lay away. And on that very evening, our little son will say, I need some shoes, Mother, and so does Sister May. How it grieves the heart of a mother. You, all of you, must know we can't buy for our children. Our wages are too low. It is for our little children that seem to us so dear. But for us northern workers, the bosses do not care. But understand, all workers, our union they do fear. Let's stand together, workers, and have a union here. Well, fellow workers, this is quite the rally. Thank you. My name is May, and I am a spinner at American Mill No. 2 in Bessemer City. Now, like you, I work long hours for little pay. Like you, I have a family at home that I need to feed. And like you, I have dreams of a better life for my children. And I'm here to tell you that we can reach that dream if we all pull together. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am. I was born in the mountains of Tennessee, and my daddy worked in a lumber mill. There was never enough jobs to go around, and what there wasn't so good, so we moved around a lot. I had lived in 12 different towns by the time I was 13 years old. When I was 14, I met and I married my husband. He was charming, and he was handsome, and he was funny. But he was also lazy and shiftless and a womanizer who took all of my hard-earned money and he drank it away. He left me with 9 children to raise alone. I'm not saying that to complain. I'm just telling you how it was. I've got mouths to feed, and I'm the only one who's going to support them. Sarah Brown, I know you know what I mean. Yeah? Yeah. I love my children, and I know that all of you love your children too. I told you I had 9 little ones. Well, 4 of those children died from the whooping cough. I asked the boss man to let me change my shifts so I could be at home with my babies when they were so sick. He flat out denied my request, and so I quit. But then I couldn't afford the medicines that they needed. And one after another, they passed on. My children. My little babies who never did no harm to no one. I couldn't do for my children any more than you women on the money that we get. And that is why we have all got to stand for the union so we can do better for our children and they won't live lives like we got. How many of you have lost your children? Who couldn't be with their youngins when they were sick? All because the mill has got to stay open and the work needs to be done. I'm sorry, Mrs. Wiggins, you have to work your regular shift because if I change it for you, then I've got to change it for everyone too. The boss man goes home to his family every night. He has a nice, warm home to live in when I can't afford to buy coal for my stove. John Terry, do you have money to buy coal for your stove? Miss Sally, when was the last time that you and your kids had enough to eat? But when the boss man's children get sick, you can bet that the doctor comes to his home and that they can afford the medicine that they need to keep their children alive. Why do we scrounge and beg and break our backs for everything that we get? Why do we work 70 hours a week for less than the boss man gets in one? Why do we have to do twice as much work? Because they let so many people from the mill go and they don't plan to hire no more workers. I'll tell you why. Because they don't give a damn about us. All they care about is more and more money to go into the pockets of the mill owners. We mean less than nothing to them. They can replace us with plenty of other poor folk if we aren't doing our jobs to their satisfaction. Well, I say, no more working 70 hours a week and still not being able to afford anything more than potatoes and fat back to eat. No more of the stretch out where we are expected to do the work of 3 mill workers on the same lousy salary of 1. No more of being afraid of losing your job because you want to be at home with your sick babies. No more! This is why we need a union. We need to band together so our voices can be heard. If we all pull together, they cannot fire all of us because they need us. And the way things are right now is we are working ourselves to death so the mill owners can get rich off our broken backs. No more! What do we need?
Union!
A union! Let me hear you, union! 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 Let's stand together, fellow workers, and have a union here!